It may come as a surprise, but eating the wrong type of nuts on a regular basis can increase your cardiovascular disease risk by up to 48%. And that statistic becomes even more concerning if you're a senior. That number isn't random or exaggerated. It comes from long-term research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. The unsettling part is that some of the nuts most commonly found in kitchen cabinets can quietly elevate blood pressure, trigger inflammation, clog arteries, and potentially worsen cognitive decline. Many seniors snack on these nuts because they're marketed as healthy, when in reality the opposite can be true. Even more alarming is the fact that one particular nut, one that we'll reveal later in this video, has been linked to unusually high levels of a naturally occurring toxin. When consumed regularly, that toxin may damage the liver, kidneys, and even the brain, especially in aging adults. And chances are, this nut is sitting somewhere in your pantry right now. It's a favorite among low-carb dieters, often promoted as a clean and safe option, but it may be causing more long-term harm than anyone realizes. But don't worry, this video has you covered. Today, you'll discover the most complete guide to nuts for older adults, including which ones are genuinely heart protective, which ones improve brain function, which nourish bones and support mobility, and which nuts you should stay far away from. Make sure you stay with us until the very end, because the truth about the #1 most dangerous nut is rarely discussed, yet it may already be affecting your health without you knowing it. Before we begin, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more senior-focused health content. And as always, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Now, let's dive into the 4 best nuts that seniors should regularly include in their diet, starting with number 4. 4. Almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse for an aging body. Almonds stand among the most beneficial foods you can add to your diet. They are rich in calcium and vitamin E, 2 nutrients that play essential roles in maintaining bone strength. As we age, our bones naturally become more porous and less dense, making fractures more dangerous and recovery more difficult. Bone loss accelerates noticeably after the age of 65, but eating just 1/4 cup of almonds per day provides around 97 milligrams of calcium, an amount that makes a meaningful difference over time. What makes almonds especially useful for seniors is their magnesium content. Many older adults unknowingly have low magnesium levels, which is problematic because magnesium regulates how calcium behaves inside the body. Without enough magnesium, calcium may deposit in arteries, contributing to stiffness and plaque buildup. But when both minerals are in balance, calcium moves into the bones, where it strengthens rather than harms. Magnesium essentially acts as calcium's traffic director, steering it where it needs to go. Almonds' heart benefits are also well studied. Their monounsaturated fats have been shown to lower LDL cholesterol, the type that increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. Since cardiovascular disease risk rises sharply with age, replacing unhealthy snacks with almonds can be a simple, everyday habit that yields long-term protection. Seniors also frequently struggle with constipation, affecting roughly 40% of adults over 60. And almonds offer a helpful solution thanks to their fiber content of roughly 3.5 grams per serving. And when it comes to brain health, almonds shine again. Work from researchers at Tufts University suggests that the antioxidant combination found in almond skins, specifically the flavonoids paired with vitamin E, can significantly reduce oxidative stress in brain cells, potentially slowing age-related cognitive decline. If you choose almonds, look for those with the skin still on, because much of the antioxidant benefits come from the skin itself. Eat 15 to 20 almonds per day, preferably raw or dry roasted without salt. Just be mindful. Almonds can be difficult to chew for individuals with dental issues or swallowing difficulties, so take your time chewing or consider sliced almonds if necessary. 3. Walnuts. The cognitive support nut walnuts are arguably the most brain-focused nut available, and the science behind that claim is impressive. Their appearance resembles a human brain, but the real reason they support cognitive function is their high content of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3s are crucial for maintaining neural membranes, improving communication between brain cells, and supporting overall cognitive function. Recent studies have found that seniors who consumed around 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks experienced measurable improvements in cognitive processing speed and mental flexibility. This is significant because these cognitive abilities usually decline gradually with age. Walnuts also contain unique polyphenolic compounds capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier. Once there, they help minimize neuroinflammation, which is believed to contribute to disorders like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Another lesser-known property of walnuts is their natural melatonin content. Melatonin levels decline with age, which is one of the reasons many seniors experience sleep disturbances. A small handful of walnuts before bedtime may gently support healthy sleep patterns. Combined with their arginine content, which helps improve blood vessel function, and their antioxidant profile, walnuts offer a powerful combination for heart health as well. To maximize their benefits, store walnuts in the refrigerator because their delicate oils can spoil quickly. Aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day, and although they can taste slightly bitter, that bitterness comes from potent antioxidants, so don't shy away from it. If you have the dexterity, cracking walnuts by hand can even help maintain fine motor skills. 2. Pistachios. A natural blood pressure regulator, pistachios rarely get the attention they deserve, but they are one of the best nuts for seniors, particularly when it comes to supporting healthy blood pressure. Pistachios are naturally low in sodium and high in potassium, around 285 milligrams per serving, which helps counteract the tendency of aging kidneys to retain salt. Even mild, steady potassium intake can reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, which is similar to the impact of some blood pressure medications. These green and purple nuts are also rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that protect the eyes. These compounds accumulate in the macula, the central part of the retina responsible for sharp vision. Since age-related macular degeneration is the #1 cause of vision loss in older adults, pistachios offer valuable support for long-term eye health. Pistachios are also easier on the teeth than harder nuts like almonds or macadamias, which is particularly helpful for seniors with dental work. Their natural color comes from antioxidant compounds that fight oxidative stress throughout the body, contributing to healthier aging in general. One of the overlooked benefits of pistachios is that they often come in shells. The act of shelling slows eating and creates better awareness of portion sizes. Research from the International Journal of Obesity found that people tend to eat fewer calories when shells are visible, because the shells act as a physical reminder of what has already been consumed. For seniors watching their weight or managing blood sugar, this small behavioral cue can be surprisingly effective. Aim for about 49 pistachios per day, preferably unsalted or lightly salted. Each ounce provides about 3 grams of fiber, making pistachios a helpful snack for older adults managing diabetes or prediabetes. 1. Brazil nuts. The thyroid-supporting supernut Brazil nuts are ranked first because they play an outsized role in supporting thyroid function, an area of health that becomes increasingly important with age. Thyroid disorders affect up to 20% of seniors, yet many cases go undiagnosed for years because symptoms like fatigue, weight gain, cold intolerance, or mood changes are often mistaken for just getting older. Brazil nuts stand out because they are the richest natural source of selenium. One nut alone contains about 96 micrograms, more than the daily requirement. Selenium is crucial for converting thyroid hormones into their active forms, stabilizing energy, metabolism, and mood regulation. Brazil nut selenium is especially beneficial because it's naturally bonded in a way that makes it easier for the body to absorb than the synthetic forms in supplements. These nuts also contain fatty acids that help protect myelin, the insulating layer around nerve cells. With age, myelin naturally wears down, slowing reflexes and cognitive processing. Keeping it intact is essential for mental sharpness and physical coordination. However, Brazil nuts must be eaten in moderation. Too much selenium can lead to toxicity, so most experts recommend no more than 1 or 2 nuts per day. Their rich taste makes even small amounts satisfying. Buy them in the shell when possible because the shell helps preserve their nutrients. Store them in the refrigerator to prevent rancidity due to their high fat content. Beyond hormone support, Brazil nuts contain natural oils and fiber that help maintain digestive regularity, an issue many seniors struggle with. Emerging research also suggests that antioxidants in Brazil nuts may slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on DNA strands that shorten with age. Longer telomeres are associated with healthier aging, making Brazil nuts a unique food with truly systemic benefits. Nuts seniors should avoid or eat with extreme caution. Now that we've covered the most beneficial nuts for seniors, let's turn to the nuts that pose the greatest risks, starting with number 4. 4. Peanuts, a common but problematic nut substitute despite their popularity. Peanuts create several problems for older adults. First, peanuts are not true nuts. They are legumes that grow underground. Because of this, they are more susceptible to mold growth and contamination by aflatoxins, which are toxic compounds that can damage the liver and increase cancer risk when consumed regularly. Since detoxification systems naturally weaken with age, seniors are more vulnerable to these effects. Peanuts also contain proteins that can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals, even without a full allergic reaction. Since older adults already face increased risk of joint pain, cardiovascular strain, and cognitive decline, adding inflammatory foods only worsens the picture. Another issue is that peanuts contain far more omega-6 fatty acids than omega-3s, contributing to chronic inflammation if consumed frequently. Many doctors also fail to warn their patients that peanuts interact with blood thinners like warfarin due to their vitamin K content. Commercial peanut products add even more complications: hydrogenated oils, added sugars, salt, and stabilizers that strain the cardiovascular system. Even natural peanut butter can raise blood pressure. Dry roasted peanuts also contain acrylamide, a chemical formed during high-heat cooking that may negatively affect cognitive function over time. If you regularly eat peanuts without noticing any problems, consider replacing them with almonds or pistachios several days a week to reduce your exposure to these risks. 3. Cashews. The hidden blood sugar spike cashews are mild in flavor and creamy in texture, but their nutritional profile poses challenges for older adults. They contain around 9 grams of carbohydrates per ounce and significantly less fiber than many other nuts, making them more likely to raise blood sugar. With 25% of seniors having diabetes and another 48% in a pre-diabetic state, these spikes matter. Cashews are also high in oxalates, which bind to calcium in the digestive tract and reduce absorption. This is a major concern for individuals at risk for osteoporosis. High oxalates also raise the risk of kidney stones, which becomes more prevalent after 60. Another issue is that cashews undergo extensive processing to remove urushiol, a toxic compound found in poison ivy. While the nuts sold in stores are safe, much of their natural nutrient content is lost during this processing. Many commercial cashews are oil roasted and heavily salted, adding unnecessary saturated fats and sodium. The smooth texture of cashews also makes them easy to overeat, contributing to weight gain. Seniors with swallowing issues should be especially cautious because cashews are among the most commonly aspirated nuts. For a safer alternative with fewer blood sugar impacts, switch to almonds or walnuts, which offer far greater health benefits. 2. Macadamia nuts. Calorie and fat overload. Macadamia nuts have a decadent flavor, but they are the most calorie-dense nut, about 200 calories per ounce, and extremely high in fat, roughly 22 grams per serving. As metabolism slows with age, maintaining a healthy weight becomes more challenging, and high-calorie snacks can quickly lead to unintentional weight gain. Macadamias also contain significant amounts of saturated fat, around 3 grams per ounce, which can raise LDL cholesterol, a major concern for older adults. Their hardness also poses dental risks. Seniors with crowns, bridges, or weakened enamel may crack or damage teeth when eating them. Another issue is cost. Because macadamias are expensive, some people buy cheaper, lower-quality varieties that may have oxidized fats or poor storage conditions, increasing exposure to harmful compounds. Many macadamias found in stores are also roasted in unhealthy oils and heavily salted, undermining heart health. If you enjoy macadamias for their richness, consider limiting them or substituting with pistachios, which provide a more nutrient-dense profile without the same risks. 1. Pine nuts. A surprising medication, disruptor pine nuts take the #1 spot on this list because they pose unique risks that are especially serious for seniors. These small nuts contain compounds that can interfere with numerous medications, particularly statins, certain antidepressants, and blood pressure medications. Considering that more than 60% of older adults take multiple prescriptions, the potential for interactions is significant. Another concern is pine nut syndrome, a condition in which a bitter metallic taste develops and can last for several weeks after consumption. While it may sound harmless, this persistent taste can drastically reduce appetite in older adults. Studies show that affected individuals can unintentionally lose weight, which can be dangerous for seniors who already struggle to maintain adequate nutrition. Pine nuts are high in polyunsaturated fats, which oxidize quickly. Oxidized oils increase inflammation and may aggravate arthritis and other inflammatory conditions. Their small size also increases the risk of aspiration for individuals with swallowing difficulties or dry mouth, a side effect of many common senior medications. Some research even suggests that certain pine nut varieties may accelerate the progression of age-related macular degeneration, although more studies are needed. Given these risks, pine nuts should either be avoided or consumed only in very small amounts. Choosing the right nuts and avoiding the wrong ones can have a significant impact on your health, energy levels, and cognitive function as you age. Small, consistent dietary adjustments often produce the biggest long-term results. Now it's your turn. Have you noticed changes in how your body responds to different nuts? Which one has helped or harmed your health the most? Share your experiences in the comments. We value your stories and insights. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our next video on healthy aging.